What is up? Alright. Plan has been slightly altered. I've decided to, whether it's a wise decision or not, or time will tell. I'm gonna do, because there's a video I've always wanted to get out. So, schedule. This video is going to be the massive Mirage tower clip. I'm going to go to 60, or as close as I can get to it. I haven't gone to 60 yet on this account, but I'm pretty sure I can make it. So we're going to do this, and we're going to go up as far as we can. This will be a very long video. Just going up to 60. In fact, I'm going to just chuck it on so that it can start off, because some of the earlier floors are just going to be pressing the A button and letting and then just going on a massive ramble. So, alright. So Mirage Tower. Make sure, unlike me, that you do it every month, because I keep forgetting and putting it off, and that just is not good. So the team that I'm using for this is right. So I've got Hex, Scripting and Whirlwind in the Team 1. I've got Stealth Elf, Chopper and Barbella in Team 2, and I've got Kaboom on standby for when I need him for various different ideas and strategies and whatnot. So we're going to so the first floors are just going to be on auto, because if you're up until where I am in the guide, that is W8, B8, light farming in those two, pretty heavy in B7. So I've done quite a bit in them, but I haven't done much in the 8s yet. You're just gonna sail through the first like 30 floors without any issues whatsoever. Perhaps even more. We'll see. So Mirage Tower strategy for the first bit is just going to be alter it and just make sure you reset it. It's quite annoying. It's quite tedious. It's quite boring. But the runes that I've got on these lot, literally I just chucked attack on them. Apart from Barbella. Barbella's got hit points and defense. I'll show them off. So Team 1, we've got Crit King. You'll probably recognise from the Lumi fight. He's a little bit higher. Not the Lumi fight, the Lumi when I did 10-7 normal. So a little bit higher stats, but it's just a load of attack, load of hit points, and some decent EA. Hex is much the same. I haven't even bothered with the EA because she doesn't really need it. It helps, but the thing is that she hits hard enough, and the damage is pretty consistent, even if you don't put too much into the EA. Whirlwind, again very similar, got some attack in 2, high attack in 2, and then an HP in 6. And an HP in 4. Then we have Team 2. I'm going to go through the strategy. I did touch on it in the earlier installments of the guide. How you're meant to do the team switching. That will become very apparent as we get into the latter half. So Stealth Elf, I've got the 73 crit rate. It's actually okay to do that. I figured the usual thing is, if you want to be consistent, you want 90 plus. But to be honest, 73 seems to do okay for me. So it's not ideal, and if you can get more, definitely you want more. Like 90 is like the minimum entry point for like solidly running crit rate, crit damage. But since I'm running an attack in 6 anyway, no, I'm running HP in 6 is what I mean. I'm not running crit damage is what I mean. Since I'm not running crit damage in 6, I'm okay. I've got a strike, so that's my attack's coming from. Then Chopper's got my EA because I use him in invasions. And then Barbella's got a lot of hit points and defense, because that's just, she'll be useful in some fights, like I think floor 20 is the first one that she's useful in. So schedule. So I mentioned in the 10-7 normal video, I want to do a guide on W8 and B8. That's coming. that is under works. I decided to do this first because I just put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off, and the W8 and B8 one is one I can do any time. I've just got really distracted and just not got around to doing it. So that's coming. And what I've also done is I've also got a recording of every single invasion fight. It's these 7 units and Cinder, and they are the only ones I use. These 7 units that I'm using now and Cinder. So what I've done is I've got a snapshot of the stats of the units that I would use, or that I did use. I think I might have to take a couple of them again, or just re-rune the units to show off what I would run on them if I missed that. And I've done a recording of the invasion fight, and I'm going to do a video, or I've got a load of little videos that I'm going to like plaster together with commentary and stuff. This is the plan. Plaster them together with commentary so that you can see each fight and how it works as an early game player. Well, I guess mid game, early mid. So most of the runes that I'm using are B7 or under. Well, they are all from B7, but they're runes that you could get in B6 or earlier. is what I mean there. And I think there's a couple of like whaling runes that I've just picked up. I haven't done much whaling 8 because whaling 8 is easier than B7. So yeah, so right now we're just going to coast through the first like 30 floors. Even the bosses aren't hard. What I would say is make sure that you set them to focus boss on the way up. It just makes it a bit quicker. Because that's what you want to do. You want to make this as painless as possible, as quick as possible, to just get up to like the floors where you actually have to start pressing buttons. The thing with Mirage Towers, so the first bit's really easy. When you get into the second half, you have to start relying on your second team sometimes. And also, there's a lot of different individual boss nuances that they make clear in their skills. So you have to be aware of those when you go to attack the bosses, so that you don't run into difficulties. The first time it really hurts you is floor 20. When you do your first floor 20 clear, it's tough. Floor 20 is a massive jump there. I think they make you do like 4-7 normal, and then they tell you floor 20, and it's crazy, crazy leap. Alright, so that's floor 6. We're 1/10 of the way there. The goal for this is so if statistics and everything go by, it's going to be an 80-minute video because we're already at 8 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, it's quite slow. I will actually just press buttons. You don't have to. You can literally just go and like make 60 cups of coffee waiting for it to auto itself. No, not quite. When you get like into the really high rune game, you can just auto 1 to 60. 70 gets a bit tough after that. There's a big jump from 60 up until 70. It does spike a bit from 61 up, but it's worth the rewards. Floor 7. Don't worry about element up and disadvantage. What Mirage Tower tends to do, so it's a really important feature of every other mode in the game except this one. Because what these do is they give you like, let's just put in like one, like here, the water and 2 fire units. The next floor so there's 3 levels. Everything has 3 levels. It's not like Adventures where some of them have 2, the boss stages have 2, and most of them have 3. Every single stage of Mirage Tower has 3 like floors, 3 rounds. Even the boss ones, they don't tend to get harder or easier like, so the different like Mirage Tower levels will get harder, but the rounds are about the same, apart from the boss stage. Because there's a boss every 5 floors. Every 10 floors you get, well, every odd multiple of 10 floors, so 10, 30 and 50, you'll get, I think it's like a load of gold, a load of potions, stuff like that, and then the 20, 40, 60 is where you get the skill stones. I wasn't even paying attention to what floor this is. I think this is floor 10. So yeah, running a high attack on Hex and she'll just like one-shot most of these. Crit King isn't quite as strong, but the Diminish will like clear them really easily. Okay, so this is round 9. I was wrong, I thought it was round 10. I was hoping it was at least. There we go. Floor 9. And that gets us a load of, so you'll get a load of Omni Stones. The low ones are all of the like normal Omni Stones. You can just throw them into whoever. The normal Omni Stones you don't want. You don't care about. All of the Nat ones are crap. Sorry, I love Hot Dog, but he's crap. The Nat 2s, I mean honestly, you'll get them. The rewards, just get them where you feel like it. So on my main account I have like something like 1,000 heroic Omni Stones because I just haven't spent them. Haven't decided who I want to spend them on yet. So this is floor 10. What I meant to do on floor 10 was explain to you why it's a good idea to look at the boss's stats or the boss's skills before attacking it, because they aren't, as people sometimes misconceive, just bigger versions of the little guys that you just beat up on the way up there. They aren't quite. They have different skills and they interact in different ways. Obviously, floor 10 isn't difficult. So floor 10. So what they say is, so it's this 4-star villain. So these are usual skills. They absorb the mysterious energy of the Mirage Tower to become more powerful. So that's something, which is why they're bigger, effectively. But then this one has the full spin arm blade that the usual one doesn't have, which stuns everyone by chance. And so different ones have different things. They do different things, and they can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. If you just go, oh, I can just auto it. So the easy ones, like the lowdown ones, are really easy. But as you go higher up, it does catch you out. I think it's like one of them gets higher attack, but then one of them, if there's more allies up, he gets higher defense. That's floor 40. Floor 40 is a bit of a toughie. It's Smokescreen, I think. The fire villain that you get, Smokescreen, it's definitely Smokescreen. And he spawns 2 ads, and if those ads are up, he has high defense. And so many people try and attack him first, and it just doesn't work. Instead, what you do is you focus on the ads, and then once they're dead, you then just go in for the kill and just slaughter him. So we're now into the 10 to 20 region. So this is the stuff that you'll do normally on your own. So this is what you do as part of the quest to get to 20. So they set quest 20 floor, the 20th floor as a quest. We're about to get there in a few minutes' time. I just realised I completely forgot to set the thing to focus the boss on stage 10. That's fine. But yeah, so the stage 10, the boss stages. If you set it to focus boss, it makes it a bit easier. When you make it a bit quicker when you're autoing. Why that took so long, I've got no idea. "15-minute mark already, wow." Ah, grenades, the most annoying things ever. Yeah, you're going to learn to hate them when you do Mirage Tower. Because when you get out to 55 plus, they're everywhere. Not 55 plus, it's like 50 plus. They are everywhere and they are annoying as hell. But one of the reasons why I made this guide was so I could tell you how to beat them. Because they're annoying. So yeah, it will get long. But as you get faster, it gets faster. There we go, not even. So you either want to use an AoE skill or you want to use no AoE skills. So you have them safe for the next round. And then we're fine. Dead. But yeah, AI plays up quite a bit. It's annoying. Do feel free to skip ahead if you like. Yeah, I will put music behind this. You will be hearing music. I can't. I always edit afterwards, so I'm doing it in silence. But but yeah, so I'm gonna do I'm just gonna be passing time while I do this up to because I want to do it all in one go rather than just recording like 30 to 60. A couple of my invasion fights on the main account, I just ran 300 to 400 on recording. So focus boss, because he just attacked that one for no reason. Instead, that's floor 15 done. Hooray! And we're only at 17 minutes. I had visions that I'd be making a 2-hour video. I was dreading it. Oh, more grenades. So grenades, they're the ones that look like bombs. What they do, they're the most annoying enemy to face by far. They have a thing where if you attack them and it leaves them on 40% health or lower, they detonate and do a shed load of damage to you. When they're really high level, they kill you. However, obviously Hex is just overpowered at this level and just one-shots them. So, what you either need to do is you either need to, number one-shot them. I'm going to be trying to use either well no, Hex won't do it, I know Hex won't do it, but there's a little trick. Because if Hex attacks them and leaves them on, say, 50% health, and then they do an attack or someone else's attack or whatever, and the diminish ticks them under 40% health, the bomb does not go off. Oh, and obviously if you kill them in one shot, they don't detonate. They just die. So the idea is, if you can attack them, and if Hex can attack them and leave them on, or cricking impact and leave them on more than half health, the diminish can tick them enough under that you can just one-shot them. Unless you have if you have a strong single target, if you've built a nat 5 or a nat 4 who has a really strong, or you've got some good crit runes, and you can just one-shot them, go for it. Because it's way safer than chancing will this do half damage to them. Because the chances are it'll do slightly more or nowhere near enough. And you're just left high and dry. Because yeah, the bomb does hurt. It won't hurt you at low levels, but it will hurt you when you get up to the upper floors. It really does. It stings. It's a great skill. So yeah, this is just this team is just such this team's so useful. Or if you replace quickly with another damage dealer with other content, it just wrecks it. We are up to 19. All good. So 20 is the first hard stage. I've said that twice already. It's the first hard stage. Hello timestamp people, because I'm going to timestamp it just before here. Well no, I'll timestamp it just after. So I'll say hello timestamp again in a second when I clear 19, because 19, yeah, none of the enemies are that difficult. It's just the grenades, and then they just get strong in terms of high level. I'm hoping they're just one-shotting at this stage. It's just one-shots. Hello, timestampers. All right. Stage 20, I could literally just do it with the team I've been using the entire time. But the team that I cleared it first with was this one. I'm pretty sure. But I probably used that. That works. I'm going to do it differently. So the first stage is the first half is going to be easy. This is applicable when you're lower level. This is what you should do. So I've got a damage. So what I should have done actually is I should have swapped these teams around so that this is my team 2. This is where team 2 using comes in. Really handy. So I'd put my first team as damage dealing, and then the second team, I've heard this. So what he does is he casts bombs, and lots of them. You can reduce, so whirlwind, I always tell you to put whirlwind's skill, well I said right at the start in my B7 guide to max out whirlwind's skill, skill 3, her charge skill, because what that does is it removes debuffs, 3 turns of them. This boss does 6 turn bombs at a time. The 6th turn, longer the bomb turns, the better for you. The worse for the enemy. So it gives you time to just wait until that bomb turn gets down to 3, and then take it off. So you wait with Whirlwind's charge skill. That's how you beat this. That's how you beat floor 20. When you're lower level, it will take you way longer. But you just have to stick to that, because that team, Barbella and Whirlwind and some damage dealer, they will get through it. So I would say you bring your Hex Crypt King in team 1, use them to clear the waves, and then you can swap over to team 2. Sorry, I want my teams in the right order. I will Barbella back in that, and then Crypt King is in that. Remember, leader skills. If you can use a leader skill, use a leader skill. That applies. Oh, Hex didn't one-shot something. Oh, such a shame. Totally terrible skill order because Hex used the skill needlessly. Oh, it was round 3 anyway. So yeah, now is where it becomes a bit more of a challenge. So I would say that like stage 1 difficulty is 1 to 19. 20 and 20 up to, I would say up to like 39 is where it gets stage 2. 40 to I think 54 I would say is like tier 3 difficulty. You're going to rank them, and then from 55 up to 60 is the really tough stuff. In terms of getting to 60, and then 61 to 80 is just really hard. Not so much the middle stages, the like 1 to 4s and the 6 to 9s aren't too bad. Pretty much across the board, you can see I'm just not even paying attention to them, and they're just clearing themselves. So these aren't too bad. They do tend to just smash you into pieces when you haven't got enough survivability. But if you have enough, they're just pathetic. But it is interesting that I find that when it gets tough, it gets like surprisingly really tough. It's like one you'll just sail through, and then the next one it'll be like you barely make it. So there is quite a curve. So yeah, that's an example of the boss skills you should be aware of, because the turtles, the magic turtles, don't usually bomb. It's just that one has the bomb skill and has like a lot of bombs, and I think there's a passive to go along with it to make the ads good more as well. It's a difficult fight, that's for sure. That was floor 23. Yeah, so we're looking at about, I think we're looking at about an hour and a half. So it's going to be my longest video by double. I'm fine with that. Down. Now it's 25. Unique boss. Make sure when you're doing it for the first time that you're checking what the boss can do. Oh, lots of rare omnis. Good. Rare omnis are really useful. The nat 3s you've got to have a lot of the best units in the game. So this one fires laser beams from both hands towards enemies, cast blind by chance. You can't do anything about this, just be aware of it. You can do, it's what you should then think about is bring a debuff remover. I've got Whirlwind. Blind, if you haven't seen my invasion fights, blind literally means the difference between the scores that I get and half of them, I would say. There's Washbuckler, the Nat 4, who is the unit that I am throwing all of my heroic omnis to on this account when I get them, which is going to be today. And I'm going to try, obviously that was just a really easy fight because I'm just over leveled at this point for this. Which I have to do because I want to be attempting 60. So he has blind, which causes every single hit, every single attack that you do when you're blinded glances, which means it does pitiful damage. So I'm throwing all of mine into him, and I use him in invasions everywhere. There's like I think 1, 2, 3, 4 fights I don't use him in. So I use him in over half. But yeah, they're all over my channel. The invasion videos, the invasion guides. I use a lot of them. I think the only one who features more in the invasions is Sprocket. So there we go, March 26. Maybe it won't quite be maybe it won't quite be an hour and a half. I don't know, we'll see. I'm okay with whatever. So yeah, these are just like where I can just talk about what's coming out. So number 30 I remember as being a bit awkward, but like not too much of a problem. 40 is harder. 40 is quite hard. 35 I don't think caused me any problems. So there's that stage 2 and round 3 when I use Hex, and then we've got both of them. It's fine. If it's on round 3, just try and load up the AoE skills. But yeah, it's up to you if you go and make a cup of coffee when you're waiting for this, or you like try and actually help it. Totally up to you. You do what you feel like. For me, I'm just like, I just press buttons. 27 down. Oh, it gave me energy. That's a good point. Mirage Tower is energy sufficient. So basically, it costs quite a bit of energy to get through. But, unless you're failing the same stage like 20 times, you'll end up positive. Because they give out a lot of rewards. A lot of energy rewards. You get like, here's 50 energy. So, you spend quite a bit, but if you're just sailing through it, you'll end up positive on energy. But when you start losing a few of them, it just goes on ahead of it. Thankfully, we're still one-shotting the grenade. So you'll see that it will probably about 10 floors time or so. Hex won't quite do it. I think. Might be wrong. But I would say 10 floors time or so. Hex won't be one-shotting them anymore, and they will start doing plenty of damage. It rarely one-shot kills you. But it does leave you quite wounded, and it's why the you know I said about how like you sail through one and the next one like you barely make it, or it's really tough. Pretty much because of the grenades. Pretty much because you get to a grenade that you can't quite one shot and it blows up in your face. And your units are there crying. But yes, you miss the diminish, whatever, it doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, missing a diminish every now and again on 1 or 2 units isn't the end of the world, because you just clear them so quickly. And you can just, 10 seconds later, here's another one. So it's not too much of a problem. It's not the end of the world. I put a decent amount on Crypt King because I want him to hit them. Well, I want them both to hit them, he doesn't really need it. But I got an effect accuracy wound in slot 4 that has a 17% attack sub. I'm just taking it. So he's got he's got a load of efficacy because of that. If you can't get it, so what? Oh, it's this Chomp Chest, this is 30. So Chomp Chest has, I think it's an increased attack when he has more allies. So he can be quite painful if you don't get rid of him quickly. Don't quote me on that until I've checked. I'll tell you what I've got. That was 30. 30's not tough. 30's not tough with this team, purely because it's all element advantage. 20 and 40 are magic and then fire. These are the elements always give me problems. So 30, I meant to check, but at the start I completely forgot and just autopiloted. So you just heal an ally. Bites get strong, bites into an enemy, bites get stronger if enemy is defeated, that's what he does. His attack increases if he kills things. That's what it is. I forgot. I think it's 35 that does the extra damage. But yeah, 40's a unique one, 50's a unique one, 60's a really unique one. 50's a great one. I love 50's thing. Now it's to push up to 35. So you can just do it by the boss stages. If you can clear a boss stage, you can usually get to the next boss stage fairly comfortably. They don't tend to cause it. It's where you tend to run into problems is the boss stages. Usually. Most of the time. Oh, I just went 30 and it's an idiot. Well done, off. If you rerun the Mirage Tower stages, literally the only benefit to you is that you get a +1 to your Mirage Towers done per week. That's it. So what you can do is if it tells you to do the Mirage Tower, really can do is you lift up stage 1 2 times. And just move on with the go. That was 30, done again. You don't get clearance awards for repeated gameplay. And do it. Also, it doesn't cost you any energy. Mirage Towers, no experience, but don't worry about that. You get plenty of other rewards, so it doesn't matter too much. One of the hexes in. She missed a couple, but that one's pretty much dead. And you will notice the attack up, and not the attack up, the element up coming into play because you just one-shot the nice one. Just obliterated it. There we go. '31, finally got round to it because I did 30 again for no apparent reason. I didn't even check because yeah, this is the thing I'm just focusing on. Making sure I get the information across. Okay, we've got another grenade. Will it be a one-shot grenade? Who knows? Well, that one just one-shot it. Oh, just one-shot one. Fair enough. Still in one-shot territory, which is good. We'll see which one I fell first. It's probably, I'm hoping that it will be in the 50s when I fell first. Because I shouldn't fail any of these ones yet. And I will be manualing stage 40. Honestly, with this team, you could just get away with autoing it. You can probably just get away with autoing 40 at this, with this team, because it's all AoE. You'll see what we mean through the League of Legends next installment of everything. I think they're all like 7 or 8, no it's 6, it goes up there. I know it goes up as you get more. And then yeah, periodically you'll get this a little like boost of energy. It's more than what you spent if you've got every stage up until it. I like it, I think it's a good thing. The rewards have changed quite dramatically since the start of the game. 43 used to be a green ticket. That's a blast from the past. Something I still hate is that I don't get my green ticket from Mirage every month. We're making good time actually. I thought we'd be like well behind it, but this is good. We're like over halfway, I think. Probably because I rambled for the first half of the video, for the first like 5 minutes of the video and just lost that time. But yeah, I know there used to be like almost competitions, almost like people used to like compete with each other to see how quickly they could race through Mirage Tower after the monthly reset. I don't know how quickly we ended up doing it, but it was like an hour or something. We're taking a bit of the scenic route in this. But it is a lot of the same. They don't get particularly difficult. But yeah, I consider I'll just like get to like 40 and just do 40 to 60 up. But yeah, I wanted to do the whole thing. Go from 1 up to 60 and just show everything off. And also see how quickly I can do it. Which is not that quick. Because I'm literally autoing it. It's good because the last couple of months I just got busy and kept putting it off. And then the 31st or the 30th or whatever comes around and just like, I haven't done it. Trying to cram it in the last 2 hours and just like make it. Not good. I love the Omni Stones. Omni Stones are my favourite rewards in the Mirage Tower. Obviously the skill stones. Oh, I should have checked what the hell this fight does. So this is the next boss. It's tech, which means it's nice because we're all undead and air and they're all element neutral. But yeah, this seems great. Definitely a must-have team for this. For early game, it just makes it so much easier. So I forget what this guy does, but I'm pretty sure he has more attack with more allies. I'm pretty sure this is the one that I thought was the last one. He gives himself 3 turns of attack out, so he hits quite hard. Obviously I kill the allies first, because, yeah. But I just have such high, so for that one, yeah, maybe bringing your tank will help you. So, I'll check, I'll tell you what you're supposed to do for it. I forget which ones are which because I just you can't look at them like without having beaten the stage on that map. So this one, attacks enemy distributes all debuffs to the target. That's really interesting. Gains attack, grants attack up on all allies. So he doesn't have a special one. So this one doesn't have a special one. I think it's just the 10s that get the power up. But that's really interesting. So if you debuff it, it will give you the debuffs. Honestly, their attack's so low that it doesn't really matter. So you'll get the diminish on you. You can just like you can just clear it off with whirlwind, or just take it because it's not that much. I just went into 35 again. So I will quit that because I know I just want to take over into just got all the same enemy. That's when you've got a boss stage is when the same enemy keeps appearing over and over and over again. 36 is another 50,000 gold. Lovely. every little bit of gold is great. This side boss, I can't remember his name, he's a big version of him as the 60 boss. Quite tough. And then recently, I say recently, fairly recently, a few months back they introduced Mirage Pass 61 to 80. Which are a bit harder. I'm pretty sure I'm not quite up to. If I get to 60, I might just like see how far I can go. On camera, because if I can go to 65 or something, I know 70. No, 70's not happening. I know that. 70. You need Gusto for. Well, you don't need him, but he makes it like really accessible. So a future video might be me showing off the Gusto. Here we go. I didn't kill. You might need to rewind there. I didn't kill the grenades, so they triggered the instant defeat. I didn't kill them. I left them on like 30% health, so they triggered instant defeat, and I took damage for it. It's not that much damage because my units are quite tanky, but the higher level ones, they hit hard. Grenades populate 10-7 hard. No, the stage 10 hard has loads of them, and they mess your run up because you just die immediately when they go off. But the Mirage Tower, you'll probably be alright, but like the higher stages might like do quite a number on you. So there you go, instantly defeated, so it doesn't get really, so killed in one hit. There you go, that was going to go off. I can take it. If you can't take it, the key to it, run less attack. If you can't kill them and they're doing loads of damage to you, run less attack, more hit points. And what you need to do is, especially use Crypt King's skill, because Crypt King's skill on its own does way less damage than Hex's. Which it helps in this situation because you'll end up leaving them on more health, and probably over the 40% health threshold. It's 40%, that's the threshold. If you leave them on less than 40% health, they'll go off. Unless Diminish ticks them under it. Just tap the stop recording button, which I'm very prone to doing. Have done many times. And be like, shit, gotta re-record this. There we go. This is floor 39. We're about to enter floor 40. Another Diminish. Oh well. It's going to be very rare that Crypt King misses the Diminish. It will help more on these fights. So if you have a good effect accuracy, go for it. I put mine on Chopper because I didn't want to. I decided that in this video, like a lot of videos, I'm going to be reshuffling runes for the teams. And so I'll just chuck a set of runes on the team and just go for it. But I might have to just shuffle around a bit. It's just about understanding the fight. So 50 minutes in, we're just at the beginning of the mark, and we hit floor 40. So floor 40 is the next milestone of like, it's a tough fight. This is the one where you get the medium stones from, the purple one. So, he attacks enemies with a flaming shot and cast explode. Now, but I'm using 3 element disadvantage. It doesn't matter in Mirage Tower. More important is the strategy. It'll help, but it doesn't really matter that much, because they're much more strategy oriented than regular fights. Way more. So cast explode by chance. I have whirlwind to counter that. Cast effect res down. Whatever. I'm taking the things anyway. I don't care. And then death is increased as there are more allies. These ones, they gain invincibility at the start for 3 turns. So for the first 3 turns, you can't kill them. So it's going to be 2 rounds of 3 of these guys. It's fine. You know what they can do. The difference is that third thing of defenses increase as there are more allies. That's the key to this guy's skill. That's the key to this boss. So, in other words, when you attack him when he's got the ads up, he has loads of defense and he's really hard to kill. When you kill them, now obviously, I'm lazy, so I'm going to turn off auto, so I'm going to put, so there's gold was out, and then I've got a creeping skill out, and now they're down to and then we get rid of the other ads, not even tucking in, and now I'm going to wail on the boss, and the boss will just falter. If you have a look through this one again, because I've done it quite quickly, I made a mistake here because I didn't take the bomber. It's fine. It doesn't do that much damage. They don't have that high attack. You have a lot of defense, but not that much attack. You might want to watch through, and you can see how little damage that you do when you attack him, compared to when you've taken the ads out and you go to town on him. He takes way more damage. You'll be here for ages, especially if this is your if this is the first time you've hit it, and you're just a B7. You've just done a few runs of B7. You're not like not as strong as I've got this set of runes, because I've got a